Good evening, everybody. Hope everyone's having a good week. For the poem that I'll be reading this week, it's an original piece, one that came to mind in the middle part of last week, in the aftermath of my friend and fellow poet Maria Giesbrecht's book signing last Monday. This poem came up. This poem came up in the aftermath of that. But in reality, this poem is based on a subject that lingers in my mind more than I like to admit. And the poem goes a little something like this. A realization from a well-intentioned, lonely heart. I see friends enjoy each other's company. It feels like something's wrong with me. I can't seem to socialize at all. I yearn to belong somewhere, yet I can't avoid keeping to myself, awkwardly trying to be part of the picture. Even in the moments when I make an effort, I just stand there, waiting for something, for the spark that makes me come alive. A friendly face, perhaps. I function enough to show signs of life. What am I waiting for? An opening, something that I can speak about. As the event comes to an end, there's the inevitable retreating in the silence, trying to hide the sense of sadness, wondering quietly, why do I feel so lonely? The ache of not having friendships nearby lingers, well out of everyone's sight. So, so this piece, it actually came together late on Wednesday afternoon, but it does go back to last Monday evening in Maria's book signing. Not strictly to her, like Maria was is an angel who can write like nobody's business. The idea of this poem kind of came about in the aftermath of it, as I was in between trying to be sociable to everyone at the book signing, like trying to make my presence felt to my fellow gatherers. I kind of introduced myself, and then eventually like kind of backed away. And also, this poem comes from a melancholic place that some in the group were meeting for dinner before the signing, and I couldn't make it because I was too far away in Manhattan to get to Astoria in time. So it's just that sense of like, oh, I do almost everything on my own. And yet, when it comes to being in front of people, even when it comes to close company, I tend to be an awkward mess of a person for the entire time that I'm in in the social environment. I kind of rely on the euphoria of the moment to see me through the social event. And at some point I hit the first gear and just drive the rest of the night, rest of the evening, until we reach the end, where like the sense of sadness inevitably reaches me, and then it's time to say goodbye, and it's like the fact that it doesn't come often. I'm in situations where I'm socializing with people. It doesn't come very often. So whenever it does, I hold on to it for dear life. And I do feel sad whenever it's over, because instead of enjoying it, I go straight to trying to chase the next moment. As I mentioned in last week's poem, like I'm not like the being quiet is not I don't do it deliberately. It's just I'm a shy, quiet, and reserved person by my very nature. And it does take a lot for me to be in social settings with people, even if it's even if it's family, close friends, groups that I travel with. Like it takes a lot. It takes a lot for me to socialize, and it's that sense of like that I keep to myself so much that I take it like the sense of loneliness also lingers often, where it's like I want to like be able to be in people's company. I want to be able to have those moments where I'm part of the photo instead of being the wallflower waiting for the right moment to pop up to be able to get in the conversation or get in the moment. Like I want to feel that I have like friendships at closer range than I do. I want to be able to finally make the reservation with the Silk gift card that's been sitting in my personal folder in my Gmail since last October, but I've been too hesitant to do it for fear that when I put the ask out there for additional people to join me, that a lot of no's are going to come my way. And I mean, I get it. Like everyone, like we all live different lives in different parts of the country and the world. But I just want to feel that just want to feel like I have friends instead of everyone like having to like hope that I cross paths with people and then the moment takes it from there. I want to feel. I don't. I want to feel so lonely in the in lonely in this world. I want to be friendly, kind, and sociable. It's just a bit of a struggle to get there. But the heart and desire to not live a lonely existence, that keeps me going as I move between events. Well, everyone, that's it for This week's poem. Hope all of you have a wonderful Friday and an amazing weekend wherever it takes you. And I'll see you again next week. Good night, everybody.